Hi guys, Alex Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today we're going to test the new Taylormade M1 iron.
Okay then guys, so we've got the Taylormade M1 iron. So we've got a little bit of tungsten in there. So again, it's about moving that centre of gravity, making it easy, even with this strong loft, 30.5 degrees on this 7 iron, getting that centre of gravity a bit lower, launching the ball up in the air and trying to maintain as much spin as possible. As we look from the top, it's kind of a mid top line, so not the chunkiest on the market by any means, but certainly not the thinnest either. We've got from 7 iron upwards, we've got the face slots and we've got the slots on the bottom of the iron, speed slots, so a bit more forgiveness. Once we get underneath kind of 8-9 wedge, we're missing out on those because there's no benefit with the technology in there. But Taylormade M1 iron, let's see how it goes.
Okay guys, so we can see that, lots and lots of technology packed into this head, but where there's M1 and M2, M1 kind of a little bit thinner top line, maybe aimed at the slightly lower handicapper, or maybe the player that just likes that slightly more sleek looking golf club. So we've got GC2 on, we've got software on, we're going to hit 6 real balls, we're going to give you a bit of feedback on kind of how it feels and kind of how it flies. We're going to look at some ball flight, look at some numbers and give you some feedback as to whether M1 is something that might be in your bag for this year. So when it sits behind the ball, I think it looks very good. A little bit thicker top line than maybe I would normally go for, but looks nice and powerful, but still looks a kind of relatively compact head. So first shot, I would say a little bit out the toe. Directionally very, very good and impressive numbers for not the best strike. So as we move on to shot 2, like I said, first off that was good because definitely didn't get hold of that one as well as I can do. So second one felt a better strike. Again, directional wise, very, very good. Much longer, much longer. 179. So, certainly first one was toey, and face slots helping a little bit. Do they help as much as they say? I think if you hit one that far out of the toe, you're never going to get close to your good one, but closer. Again, a solid one, if not absolutely as good as the second. Kind of pitching 170. Now, dispersion-wise on those first few, not too bad, but I still think dispersion's, down to me as a user. But it feels nice and quick off the face. Maybe a touch left. Not too bad though, flying well. Again, it's big. But yeah, I mean, certainly for me, I think nowadays I like something that maybe feels a little quick off the face. Some of the stuff just feels like it's going miles off the club face. Numbers don't always back that up, but certainly this has got enough life in the face that it feels like it's helping me a bit without just being an out and out distance iron. Again, nice solid one, nice and accurate, again good carry. And as we move into one final one before we look at some numbers, let's see if we can have another nice accurate shot. So again, good solid strike, just turning it over a little bit more. So going to get that distance on the one that I just turned over a bit more, but 174. Right then guys, so for me, certainly very impressed. Looks good, feels kind of what I would be looking for, but let's look at some numbers and see how Taylormade M1 7 iron performed today. Right guys, so we can see ball speed 120, which, bearing in mind the first one at 113, I'm over 120 ball speed, which is really impressive with me with a 7 iron. Spinning at 4,900, so spins a little bit low, but not necessarily low for a 7 iron of this loft. Carry at 173. Again, I think it'd be a little bit longer than that without that 163, but 173 is very, very healthy with a 7 iron. Right then guys, so we've looked at some numbers, and all in all, the numbers were quite impressive. Like I said, spin a little bit low, but the challenge nowadays is we talk often about 6,000, 7,000 spin for a 7 iron. But what we've got to remember is that's a certain loft, whereas a lot of these modern clubs, the loft's less. Now they're still managing to get the ball launching up in the air, but definitely with where the center of gravity is and the loft on these heads, we're not going to see quite that loft. So as long as you can still hit the ball up in the air and get good height, we've still got that opportunity to stop the ball with descent angle, as long as there's still a bit of spin there. But M1 iron, I think, for me, looks nice. Maybe for me, I'd prefer still a slightly thinner top line, but I've got the P770s coming, which I think will offer a bit more fit to my eye. Looks-wise, though, good. Lots of technology in the head to help with those miss hits. Good, strong distance. So for any of you guys that maybe are aspiring towards a better players club, you know, there's M2, but maybe a bit more forgiving. But M1 definitely, I think, gives you that more of an aspirational look, but still the forgiveness that a lot of guys will be looking for. But the key as ever is to get fitted. So guys, thank you for watching. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Follow me on all the social media platforms if you don't already. Subscribe to the channel if you don't already, most importantly. You get to see the videos first, and hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.